meters. Once Taskmaster's work is on, they'll force a retreat.
Whatever. It's not.
Bro, what's that?
Shield is nothing.
All clear.
Was that a 400K?
Gotta rock.
Nice work.
Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's Lejeune here. I'm now back at it with another video. As you guys see in today's video, we have a range build for Black Widow. And I have to say, you seen it in the beginning of the clip. This thing do numbers. No cap. I'm promise y'all, Black Widow range is pretty good. But hey, look, man, before we get into the video, before I explain everything, if you guys are not, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to turn on post notifications so never miss a video and also be notified when I upload a video. And make sure you guys hit that like button as well. Now, without further ado, let's get into the video. Alright, so right here, as you see, this is my range build for Black Widow. Now, I want to put this in here for the video before I explain everything. So you see that in the beginning clip, right? Would y'all believe me, the fact that that was not my final build and I was already hitting 400K? Would y'all believe me if I say that? Because it is 100% true. You're going to see it on screen right now. That was not my final build. It was doing numbers. That's the crazy thing about it. That wasn't even my final build and I was doing numbers like 400K already. So just imagine when I got what I want, just imagine what numbers I could pull off then. It still mind boggles me the fact that I hit that. It wasn't even my final build. So you see right here, I'm finna get into my stats of what I have right now for Black Widow when it comes to range. Now for right here, you see I have 377 precision, 65 proficiency, 59 valor, 105 resolve, and 54 resilience. So I'm not squishy. I can take some damage, so that's going to be good in the long run when it comes to in-game content when we finally get it. But you know, I'm not squishy and I still do damage, so that's the good thing about it. And so we finna get into it first. We finna get onto the gear loadout, what I use, what it goes to mix everything together. Then we'll get into the major artifact and the minor artifacts. So for the first one, we have the gloves of the storm. Now, if you know what this is, you know the Tachyon Surge. It increases your status effect damage by 50% while it's active. And I think the Tachyon Surge buff lasts for like 15 seconds, if I'm correct. So you have a good amount of having that buff active with 50% damage with status damage. So I will 100% go with this one if you're going for a status effect build. When it comes to any build with status effect, make sure you have Tachyon Surge. It is very, very important. Now you see it right here, I got real lucky. I have the one you just hit melee critical hits and I get Tachyon Surge. So just doing regular melee hits, it's just I get my Tachyon Surge and I just go back to range. It's really simple and easy like that. Now I wish I could have got it for my range piece, but then again, I'm pretty straight with it what I got right now, since it's just melee hits and you know, it's a high chance too as well. So I'm not really tripping about it, but this is what I use to be honest. So we're gonna go on with that. The next one for my range piece. Now this one is one it took me forever to get. That's why it took me so long to get this video out. And just because as well, I did start playing Black Widow and Kamala around the Christmas break. Since Crystal Dynamics, they did take their break as well. I mean, they're off of their break right now, but you know, during that time, I didn't even touch Black Widow or Kamala. So I did eventually get them up there, and the grinding part just what took so long for me to get the video out. And this right here, it took so long to get, y'all, just to get the targeted buff and to have it with the high caliber shot with particle damage. It took forever to get this, and I just kept doing missions, and it was a random drop for me. This is not something I went and just, you know, farmed a certain amount of missions. I just kept doing elite hives, the vaults, and the Tachyon Surge mission as well. So I eventually got it, so I'm really happy with this one. I have no problem with it. You know, the targeted buff, as you see right here, it's a 17, I said 17, bruh. I said it again, oh my goodness. 7.3% chance hitting an enemy with a critical range attack grants a damage buff. So it's easily, you could proc it off of the pistols, or you could proc it off the SMGs. It's real easy to get this, you know, even though there is a low percentage of it. If you use pistols and you got a good trigger finger, or you can use the SMGs, you will get this damage buff real easily. And you know, since I am doing this with status effect damage, and you can really apply it real easily with Black Widow, just from her Widow's Bite and what I have right here. I got real lucky with this one. I do light combo finishers and heavy combo finishers to get shock damage, so I'm doing a lot of sass effects, so I'm gonna be going crazy with that. But you know, we just going crazy with this one. I got real lucky with the rolls as well. I got 59 precision and 54 resilience, so I really got lucky with this one. Now for the next piece, we have Vest of the Storm. Now this is one I got from the Tachyon Surge mission as well. I mean the Tachyon Rift missions as well. I got real lucky on this one as well. I got 62 precision and 65 proficiency, so this is really good right here. Now you may be wondering, how are you going to use the cryo perk? Now I didn't really think about it till the end, till my chat told me I could just use it for the it's the cluster grenades that you could add cryo sass effect to it, so that's what I use for it. So I do, you know, increase 20% damage when it comes to the grenades, and plus it applies real easily when it comes to sass effect if you pick the right one, which I will get into. So I have no problem with this one. I was kind of mad at first, but then again, when I learned about the grenades, how fast it could apply the sass effect, which on the ones that you pick, I wasn't really tripping about it. And I have Reflective Tachyon Surge, you know, just doing a parrying that attack activates Tachyon Surge. You know, of course, you know, I'm gonna be range, but then again, it's situational. So I'm very glad I got this one. I kept running it back because I was like, I don't know if this is really gonna work for me if I gotta do parry just to get a 50% damage for my status effect damage. So I was like, you know, I wasn't feeling it, so I kept running it, and I eventually got this one, and I'm perfectly fine with this one. Even though I kind of did want it for my range, I'm perfectly fine with this one, so I'm really cool with that. Now the next one we're finna get on to is the last one. It's the Powerful Blitz Belt, which is my heroic set. Now for this one, I have 57 resolve and 49 resilience. And for this one, I have the lethal buff and the rampage inspiration. Now these two I really use, and they are really good. Defeating 3 enemies, you get a basically like a health burst, and the lethal buff, you know, defeating enemies grants a damage buff. So it really does, you know, intertwine with each other with the lethal buff and the targeted buff, because you know I do defeat enemies sometimes, and I can get a chance to proc. And I do use the pistols a lot because I do have a trigger finger with it. So, you know, it's either or, to be honest, what I feel like doing, if I want to do my trigger finger or just defeat enemies. You know, it's just either or. Now, for my minor artifacts, I do have all precision. Now, for some odd reason, I kid y'all not, the whole time I've been playing Black Widow, like ever since I've been leveling her up, I have not gotten the ISA. I mean, just like a regular 3 stat perk of Valor. I promise you, it has not been dropping for me. I don't know, for some odd reason. I don't know what happened to it, but it just has not been dropping for me. So, you know, I don't know. I mean, I probably would have had a Valor one in here, but to be honest, with just stacking it precision, you really do see some crazy numbers. So I'm not mad at it. If I eventually do get a Valor one, I will probably put it on just to test it out and see if it works or not. But if it doesn't, then I'll just be rocking these. And I got these from the DNA chest and the Snowy Tundra. It don't matter what difficulty you run it on, unless you want to run on difficulty, you know, brutal, just to get more resources. You can do that. But I just got this just from the Snowy Tundra vault, just open up the DNA chest and all that. And of course, we are rocking a Tactigun. You know, you can't rock a Tactigun if you can't rock it if you're not using status effect. It's just a waste of a major exotic, to be honest. So you see right here, you already know what the Tactigun does. You know, it does increase damage on status effect damage and increase damage on enemies affected by it. So you already know how it is with the Tactigun. You know, there's really no need for me to explain the Tactigun. We're finna get onto the skills of what I use for Black Widow for my range and show you how everything intertwines with each other. So for the specialties, I run this one, the Shadow's Gift, for her support. Now I have to say, there's something, I'm not gonna really get into it, but just know when you go invisible, just notice how fast them heroic drops, the heroic orbs drop. That's all I gotta say. If you catch on to it, then you already know, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But just, you know, I would say run this 100%. I 100% will recommend it. For this one as well, I do have increased critical attack chance for teammates affected by Vials of Shadows by 30%. Now, of course, I'm not 100% of if that will proc for us as well when we're, you know, cloaked by it. So I just run it just in case it does, you know, if it is procs from it. So, you know, I just use this. Now for the Widow's Bite, now 100% would recommend running these ones I have right here, the Taser Dart. You know, it basically, you shoot at one target and it inflicts shock damage. So the thing is, if you didn't know about this, if you have, say for instance, like some enemies are together, like they're real close to each other, if you hit one person with the Widow's Bite, with the taser dart, they will be affected by the shock damage as well. They will have the shock applied to them as well. So I would say it really does, even though it says it only does for one target, if they're really close to each other, then you could instantly get 3 shock status effects on both of the enemies. So it's really good, to be honest. And for, of course, I do have this one, you know, I have an additional one, so that's like four Widow Bites, if I'm correct. So that's 4 chances of me just easily applying a status effect like that. And of course, I do have my gear piece right here with shock damage, so I have this to rely on. So yeah, it's pretty, I'm doing a lot of status effect damage. I'm pretty straight with it. So for the ultimate, this is what I run for the ultimate. Increased damage for Widow's Bite while Power Surge is active by 20%. Now this is really good. The Widow Bite actually does a lot of damage when you have this active, so I would recommend running this one if you really want to like burn a single target. And for this one, I do have extended duration by 4 seconds with Power Surge. Now I only run this because, you know, when you have Power Surge active, your weapons do increased damage as well. So I would like to have more duration of this, you know, instead of having less. So, you know, having added 4 seconds, you know, I'm cool with it. And to be honest, I'm cool with it. So for this one, I'm finna go into the mastery. Now for the mastery, of course, you should rock this overcharge range. You know, increase critical attack damage by 10% when you're overcharged. And for this one, now this is it's either or, to be honest. What you want to do, you can either pick intrinsic charge or the headshot charge. Now, as I stated before, I do have a trigger finger with the pistol shot, so it's really easy for me to go overcharge, and I do a lot of damage with it, so it's pretty dope. So it depends on if you got that aim like that. If you could do it, rock the headshot charge. Now if you don't got the aim, you can still do this one and it will still count. If you do pistol shots, if you do like the high caliber shots or the SMG shots as well, these will count towards this. Now of course for the takedowns, I mean, not for the takedown, my bad. Now, efficient overcharge. Now, it's either or, to be honest with you. It depends on what you want to do with it. You can either do this one if you want to just have that overcharge regeneration for your heroic abilities. You can do that. Or if you want this one, it just really does depends. It really does depends, to be honest with you. I just run this one because, you know, that 1 second delay does a lot. Even though it is 1 second, it really does do a lot to me. So either or, you can pick this one or this one. For range, of course, this is when we finna go crazy with it. Now, you remember when I said with the stat, when I had this one, right? When it said increase cryo damage dealt by any attack. Now this is what I meant by how this is such effective right here. So you see right here, hazard grenade. All grenades leave a lingering hazard zone around the donation area.
Bruh.
Jesus Christ. Detonation hazard zone that inflicts increased status effect damage. Now this is basically, it just leaves an area. You see it right here, it's a perfect example. It just leaves the area right there of the stats effect. And the same thing is for cryo. So if you see how just regular explosions, just imagine it with cryo, and the cryo stays right there too. So for any enemy that is in that vicinity around it, they will get affected by cryo, and it is so good. And for right here, you can, of course, you know, I got cryo because I got that the chest piece, the perk for it. So I rock that one. Now this one right here, this recoil, this is honestly all on you to be honest. Now the recoil is insane on that high caliber. It is insane to me. So I had to rock this one. The recoil was ridiculous. So this right here, it really does make a difference with the recoil for this. So I will 100% recommend getting this recoil compensator. But you know, if you're a beast like that, you can rock either the fast reload or you can rock the extended mags. It depends on you. So I just rock this because the recoil is just ridiculous. But yeah, we're finna get onto invisibility. Then we're gonna get onto utility. Now for invisibility, this is really good. So right here, you see it right here, increase all status effect damage while you're invisible by 20%. That's a huge damage increase right there. Of course, and this is a status effect build, so you already know what we're doing. We're doing status damage. So if I'm going invisible, that's a 20% damage increase right there just from going invisible. Come on now. Why would you pass that up if you got a status effect build? Come on now. Now, of course, as I stated before, with this with the support right here, if you rock this, I promise you, bro, you'll see exactly. I'm not finna say nothing. I'm not saying nothing, but I promise. I really recommend it. Run this. I really recommend it. That's all I'm gonna say. I know I'm saying it a lot. I really tell you to really rock that one. So for this one, for the second one, I do have willpower, aka my health regenerates 1% while I'm invisible. Now this is helpful when you're like in a tight pitch, you know, if you're you know, cornered or something, or you feel like you don't have no health barrels around you or anything, this will come in clutch. So I will 100% recommend running this one. Now if you a G like that and you ain't losing health, you can rock this one as well. You do get a 50% increase on your heroic your abilities with this one as well. So it's either or, to be honest. I really wouldn't say this one is really worth it, if I'm being honest. You know, the 2 seconds is cool, but you know, it's with this right here, you can get a 50% increase on your heroic abilities while invisible. Or this one, you know, your your health regenerates by 1 second while you're invisible. I don't know. I just really don't think this one is really worth it. So if we go on for the last one, for this one, now for this one I do rock this. The critical damage one is an increased critical attack damage while invisible by 15%. Now this is really good for me. That's an easy 50% increased damage right there to me. So you can really rock this one. Now you could do this one as well, but I really don't think this is worth it. Honestly, increase the critical attack chance by 7%. I don't think that's worth it, if I'm being honest with y'all. Why would you pass up 15% increased critical attack damage just for 7% in critical attack chance? Yeah, you catch my drift. Now, of course, this one is for melee build, so if you will melee build, 100% rock this. So if you go into utility, now this is ones for the takedown. Of course, you rock this for takedowns. Now for this one, it is really good as well. As I stated, if you a sniper, if you get hit headshots like crazy, rock this. This is an increased critical attack damage from headshots by 20%. You get increased damage just from hitting headshots. So yeah, I will 100% say rock that if you a sniper like that. As of course, you can do stun damage, or you can do this one, increase all range attacks by 10%. So it's either or when it comes to range. If you a beast like that, like me, you know, you hit headshots, rock this. But if you can't, you can just still go with this one, do increased damage for your range overall. So it depends on how you want to do it. And for the last one, I have the light and heavy attacks boost all of heroic meters by 5%. Of course, when you just hitting regular enemies, you get your abilities back faster. It regenerates it. So I will 100% say rock this one, because the other options are really not all that, if I'm being perfectly honest. So yeah, unless you're a melee build, this is really good, but this is range. So you know, I will 100% say rock this one. But yeah, that is the Black Widow range build. I went over everything that I had to go over, showed you how everything works, you know, just, you know, everything in general. But yeah, the next thing is we finna get into some gameplay. I'm finna show y'all how this build is in action, so we finna get into that. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed so far, but this is where the action starts at, so hey, let's get it. All right, y'all, now we are on the last floor. Of course, you know, when we do the last floor, we Ooh, I thought I dodged that. But see, look how fast I got that to proc for me. Hold on, see, look, I got the crit right there. 200k right there, just with a headshot right there, just on homie. I'm telling you, bro. It's gonna be disgusting. And look, I'm not even invisible, and I didn't even pop my ultimate, so I could get the increased damage from that one as well. So now I already did 200k right there. Just imagine what oh my goodness. Let me see. But low key though, when I think about it, if I use the Norn Stone, I would probably do way more. I'd probably do like even a higher chance of damage, to be honest with you, when I really think about it. It's alright, it's cool though. I ain't really tripping. Oh, I need a let me hit a couple people. Whoop. Alright, got that active. Get up. Oh, let me put. Oh, they close together. Hold on, let me see them. Hold on. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I missed it? Oh, no, I hit it. Oh, okay, I hit it. Dang, bro, look at. Dude, I couldn't even do my stuff. My team is so OP, but I did get some hits in. I did get a few hits in. Dang, my team, we really melted that. I ain't gonna lie, bro. That's why they gotta fix the difficulty, y'all. That's the prime example right there. Once you get a perfect build for your characters, they die so fast. But you seen it in the beginning, y'all. Y'all see what I did to that adaptoid. Before I got in that room, I had 200k without even trying, like without even buffed or anything. I just hit 200k just like that. But hey, look. That's the end of today's video, man. Y'all see how the build works in general. How I had 400k, I had 200k right there, and I wasn't even really buffed fully, to be honest. But hey, yo, I'm telling you, give it all a try with Black Widow when it comes to range. I promise you won't be disappointed. But low key, if I have to be honest, do have a melee build coming soon, and I will be using this artifact for her melee build, because you see right here, just go give you a little glimpse of how strong this can happen, how strong this can be. For the second perk, you see right here, is a 15.2% chance for melee critical attacks to extend the duration of active invisibility abilities. So just imagine when you're invisible and you're doing melee crits, it extends the timer. Wonder how long you can stay invisible by doing that. Ooh, hey, look, don't give y'all a little bit too much. I give y'all too much. But hey, look, man, look. I hope y'all enjoyed today's video. That's the end of it. If you guys are not, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to turn on post notifications to miss a video and always be notified when I upload a video. And most importantly, make sure you guys hit that like button. Now, I do have a Discord. If you guys want to join that Discord, it's in the link below. We do go over Marvel's Avengers, Gotham Knights, other games in general. We just don't talk about Avengers, so we talk about other things as well. So if you want to join that, the link is below for that. If you guys want to come out to the streams, the Twitch link will be below. I am partnered on that, so we'll be going crazy on that, no cap. But also I want to give a quick shout out to the memberships on the channel. Shout out to y'all being memberships on the channel. I greatly appreciate it. Shout out to the elite members and the rookies. Shout out to y'all. I greatly appreciate it. But yeah, so join that, guys. I really enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and have a good day. Peace.